March did this one. This reacted to this one's OCG breakdown and I never seen this before, so this is gonna be very interesting. Watch.
Brand new cards, and some of these cards are incredibly good. And I actually think that once we're going to be getting the set right after Limit Over Collection, the Rivals, the game will also change drastically because they're going to.
Yeah, that's the new set. Yeah,
or there was going to be new decks. The Rocket deck, for example, is getting that crazy card. Obviously, it's not all in the same set. So there is the heroes and then the rivals, the protagonist, as well as I guess their best friend, right? It's not even enemies. And Kaiba is pretty much like Yugi's best friend at this point. Anyways, whatever. This is besides the point. This breakdown covers 244 top-performing decks from 43 tournaments that were held in Japan, China, etc. But a bunch of countries basically during the span of like 2.5 weeks, kind of. No, actually, it's more like 2 weeks. Yeah, I keep forgetting that February ends at 28th. Yeah, if we can look back at this one, for example, Killer Tune was number 1, and then Elven Notes. And if we look at this one right here, pretty much the exact same. Killer Tune, Mitsurugi, Elven Notes. So it's not like the meta completely changed. But
so we're gonna get 18 visitations
but obviously that was a very weak ban list. All it really did in terms of competitive impact was like Mitsurugi first one, as well as Vanquish Soul, Holy Suit.
I did see the OCG ban list. I need to react to this as well,
smash the like and subscribe button. It really motivates me a lot to keep breathing and existing on the surface of the earth. And now let's get right into it. And so, like I said, Killer Tune is the #1 best deck. So the
so Killer Tune one. And very good OCG.
And the reason for that is because
it's gonna be Dragon Tail.
Limited Over Collection to Heroes is a hand shop that you can play in honestly a lot of synchro based decks. And it rewards you for playing the Synchron package. So it is a Synchro Emergency or something. The trap card, if you're
18 cards and 18 decks,
and then you can bash it.
It's actually pretty good.
Synchro summon. So obviously in a deck like Killer Tune, you can synchro summon on turn 0, which is very good.
Okay.
You already kind of do that with the clip. So that's cool that you get to trigger a lot of effects and generate a lot of pluses. And
there's a lot of decks, and you can a lot of good versions of it.
It adds a lot of depth to your deck. You might also want to play like a bigger Synchron package. Right now, Jet Synchron is obviously the #1 that people are playing, but they're also
that's the Synchron version, which is actually
I believe
what's idea we could do to go to the single piece deck after a while. So
people have been experimenting with this not only in Genesis but also in the TCG. It's not doing too much at the moment, but I think once we're going to be getting not only the new Elven Notes cards but also the new Killer Tune cards, this deck might become a little better. So I don't know, because obviously in the TCG we're always more innovative. We play more combo slop, like the Radiant Typhoon Star Brigade Yummy 43 card, 40. I don't even know.
No, it's happening as well. In this tournament, there's hardly any Dragon Tail in there.
Whereas in the OCG, people usually play like pure and very linear decks, and those are the decks that have a tendency to do very well over the course of several formats. Anyways, Mitsurugi, this deck is obviously getting a nerf with Mitsurugi pairs going to 1, so it's going to be a little less good moving forward. And then, Feedsmith Mitsurugi is a good option.
I find a little bit interested with that.
And I believe in the Japan tournament, we had Raziel Mitsurugi, there you go, getting top 4, Shifter in the main deck and everything. This is very interesting. Raziel Mitsurugi.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting,
I played against this once.
Oh, yeah, because this is Mr. Luki. This is the OCG one, yes. And then Mr. Luki, the ritual monster, that's way over there and over here.
So can still search.
So, yeah, then.
And then.
I hate ads.
And dump aggregator, that's fine. It's just that you're not searching with X, you're not special summoning with ice, but you can still special summon ice. So even the confliction isn't worse, but you're really doing this because impulse is so ridiculously unfair that it is fine. And also if you go first, you set the impulse so it doesn't conflict with your detonator, for example. So it definitely is something that can work. So I understand why Raziel Mitsurugi is still doing.
Oh, we got August in here.
Raziel package.
You got August in there. You got 40 August. You got one pure August, one horse August, and then Sarcophagus August, and then Mr. Woogie August. Interesting.
And then we
No
also
one's playing the Asmia Orchis. Interesting.
White Dragon.
That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. That's very interesting.
Even the Fiends with the
Comment below what is that? No, why isn't playing Asmia Orchis in there?
Fiends with Elven notes. Bro, okay, sure. So it's the exact same engines, it's just that there's different distributions. That's pretty much it. Sky Striker solidifying itself as the fourth best deck. I think this is not the first time seeing this. There we go. Sky Striker was also the fourth best deck before, and then followed by Vanquish Soul and Doom branded. Malice, Dragontail, etc. Dragontail is also getting a nerf with Rahu going to 1, by the way. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, in here we have pretty much the exact same distribution. It's just that
no one's playing the Asmia Orchis in this tournament. That's very interesting.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same format, right?
Also interested. How come it's not playing the Orchis in with that one? Yeah.
And also, this deck is a little sus. It is included in here, so you're going to be able to check it out.
I can see why, but I think the Orchis is a bit better.
Magis's Fairy Tale, this deck is very cool.
In my personal experience.
It reminds me a little bit of like Magnet Warrior in the TCG, not in terms of gameplay, but in terms of this deck is not going to be played by a lot of people, but the people who are good with this deck, they're definitely going to be performing very well. At least if we have Fairy Tale Snow back in the TCG, as well as obviously all their weird jump promos and everything, because this deck utilizes so many weird cards that we have no idea what we'll have. So hopefully it's not going to take too long.
Yeah.
Yummy, of course, 7 Dark Magician Yummy. Holy crap, everybody's playing Dark Magician and Destruction with Dragoon. This engine really gets to get nerfed. Really needs to get nerfed, in not only obviously in the OCG.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
It is overplayed. It's crazy right now how it's so unfair going first, but it's so bad going second. You're playing so many bricks.
Yeah.
Yummy, Mr. Yummy. Okay, Lunalight to Radiant Typhoon. Alright, cool. Dark Magician, Radiant Typhoon. I've been seeing a lot of this. Oh, and by the way, another extremely important card announced in Limit Over Collection the Heroes. Announced. More like that came out in that set. Was Dark Magical Curtain. I've been seeing a lot of card. And it's honestly really broken. A lot of people are playing it. We're obviously going to take a long time to get it. It's so insanely good. And all those dark...
I wonder what to pause that one for the Dr. Curtain. Can you actually Dr. Curtain even though your opponent doesn't have any derivative spellcasters in that deck? Comment down below if you can do that or not. Because I'm not sure you can.
So, for example, Dark Magician Yummy is better in the OCG than it is in the TCG. Even though they have one Marshmallow, I still think Yummy is a significantly better deck over there. So I do not understand why Yummy isn't doing as well. It makes no sense. But I guess it's because it might have like a bad Killer Tune matchup. Maybe. I'm not sure, but obviously going second into Killer Tune. So how are you synchro? Sorry, any of your synchros, right? You kind of can't.
I suppose so. But what can you do one more with the other ones? But yeah.
The Dragontail, Protoplant, new support is cool. It's not
I go with the support, pretty cool.
Orchis. 4 different Orchis builds. Holy shit. And they're all like pile decks, kind of. I mean, this is regular, but over Shining Sarcophagus Orchis, yeah, this is so fun. Zombie Vampire goes crazy. And also you can play the Dark Magician and Destruction package in here. Very nice. You special summon the Dark Magician, the Magician's...
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Why is that the package? What is it? But you can pick it as me, but as me or what in that one?
No, it's not Blazing.
That's what I'm surprised. Oh, wait.
Which just...
August Christian Trains. Wait, what? How that work?
I think this is a very bad deck. I've said this when I first reviewed the cards.
August Christian Trains.
Actually, sometimes they do.
Comment down below how this works.
It was not sufficient. I was reading through the cards and I was like, there's no way this deck is going to be really good.
Please comment down below. How does this work? I didn't say it's going to work.
Right now, I think once we're going to be getting the next set, it might genuinely be in the top 10 best decks. If not, maybe even a little better. So this deck has crazy potential. If you can pick...
Yeah, I agree with the Crown one, yes.
It definitely has...
I agree.
Dark Magician. This deck doesn't really feel like a real Dark Magician deck. I kind of hate this, but you're just playing the generic cards that are good, that everybody else is playing anyways. Dark Magical Curtain, the new Dark Magician Overfree Monster, Dark Magician Destruction, Dragoon, Gaze of Demise. It doesn't really make it a Dark Magician deck. Just because, again, everybody else is doing the same thing. And the Shining Sarcophagus package, again, other decks are playing it too, like the Orcus deck. So sometimes you're playing an Orcus deck that has as many Dark Magician cards as a Dark Magician deck. It's kind of sad, right? I guess that's
it is, guys. You're right.
The Yacine engine. It's really just engine slop at this point.
Yeah, I can agree.
The core concept of the deck, it's really hard to identify, which I find to be unfortunate. I think Konami has done a better job
for me, when I put my
deck than Dark Magician.
It's a bit when I put my Orcus deck, I put many Orcus cards as possible. Not women not the multiple ones, obviously, but which is except the monsters. Because I would prefer it feels like more Orcus deck, and then the Dark Magician Orcus deck would be to it. But yeah,
because
I don't agree with what you're saying.
Generic blue eyes cards in every single deck, and
that's why I played more. That's always I played more than Orcus cards and analysis. So
I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I hope you agree. You don't have to, but whatever.
This is my opinion about it.
How I'm seeing it. Anyways, Gem Knight, Magician, Red Dragon Archfiend, White Forest, Blackwing, Dark Lord, DDD.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell this is. Okay.
That just Tillman's should we went with the Tillmans. Let's go.
P9. How is this deck doing well? It's so garbage. Barrier Statue Stun, Automatic Razio, okay, Orcus Crystron Trade, how? Arbitron.
How would this work? I heard of Arbitrons, that's interesting.
All three decks combined, you might as well just call it like Elven Notes, Doom Z, Archmage, Slop, 60 card dot deck at this point. And it is Odeon and Synchron Crystron. Odeon, very interesting. I think I saw.
How what is the Crystron trains work? Please tell me up below. I don't know. Because that's a very interesting concept.
But it's not like a super insane deck or anything. Anyways, a killer tune. I think I might be blocking a little bit of text, so I'm gonna. There we go. Yeah, now I'm in the bottom left. Yeah, Synchro Emergency is the new card from Limited Over Collection, the Heroes. So it's a hand trap that can.
Yeah, it's Synchro Emergency. Yeah, that's yeah.
Zero. There's some cool plays that you can do, obviously, in the Killer Tune deck.
Yeah, Synchro Monster, I'm a Tune Monster in New Jack, which is
really good, like once. And the opponent had max C for it, so it's not even like it was really good. So it never really mattered for him, which is kind of unfortunate because you actually lose some games because you draw the garbage synchron monsters. I mean, to be fair, some of them aren't actually terrible, and they're still tuner monsters at the end.
That's why I've been made that 12. Well, you press one copy made that 12, and then the three copies made that 12. But yeah.
You're still searching Starjung Synchron.
Interesting.
It's not like it completely sucks. So I think that's fine.
Interesting now.
But if you're playing this or you're...
I can see the concept though. Because the drawers are 1%, back off it, so there's too many copies, which is bad.
Like overall how this...
But I was just going to say, put drawers inside, and that's what I would do. But,
and I'd actually be shocked if this deck would now translate as a top tier deck in the TCG as well. Even if the ceiling level might be a little lower, it is a deck that plays Fidelis Harmonia, and God knows... If your deck can play like a specific hand trap like Dominus Impulse, Dominus Purge, Fidelis Harmonia now, your deck has to play it because it gives you such a significant edge. This card is ridiculously unfair. It makes no sense. It really is that.
I agree, yeah. I agree with that.
You can resolve a turn 0 Black Rose Dragon in this deck.
The Dominus Impulse, the Dominus Spark, we think it's a good card.
Citing the Champions...
It's like an unfair advantage.
I'm really stupid. Medium Reframing that you can search with Visas Amritara, because before people were, I guess, sometimes you brick, right? You only have like the Rotary as well as Fidelis Harmonia, and then you go normal summon, and then synchro summon with the Fidelis in your hand, you make the Visas Amritara, and you're not doing anything with it. It kind of sucks, but at least now you're searching, an Omni Negate, which is never like a terrible card, because if you have a synchro monster, you can still, negate your own stuff. And by the way, I've actually seen some deck lists of people having Super Poly in their side deck, in the Killer Tune deck, so that they can Super Poly away Killer Tune monsters for Sea Monster of Theseus. Because yes, every single monster on your field is a tuner monster. If you rely too much on synchro monsters or just monsters on your field, being on your field, you might actually play into Super Poly. That that's the issue with these kinds of cards over cards that are very generic, such as Solemn Report. I think Solemn Report is really unfair. It's actually a little degenerate against the Radiant Typhoon deck. If you negate MST, the game ends. No more MSTs for the rest of the game. How stupid is this? They all get banished. Like, this is absolutely unfair.
Yeah.
Anyways, Rose up in the side deck. Obviously, very scary card. Very unfair against Radiant Typhoon as well. And also Dragon Tail. If you can negate that one spell card with the RS, Rose up makes it so that your opponent basically can't use spells and traps. Anyways, Mitsurugi. Nothing too crazy here, but this deck list plays a ridiculously stupid I've never seen in any Mitsurugi build in my entire life, because this is such an inconsistent and ultra mega bricky deck list. There's really not that many starters when you think about it. 3 Habakiri, 3 Aramasa, 3 prayers, as well as a pre-prep, so that's 10 true 1-card starters. Then you have like some semi kind of starters, depends on the day, depends on the mood. So, you know,
do you have a
ritual,
Preparation Whites? No, Preparation Whites. That's it's like that.
But you know, when you
don't one now, yeah.
shit, but at least you get to play, I believe, 16.
You got 2 IPs and 1.
13, 15. Stupid, and I don't know how to count.
Upper extra, okay, that's
10, 11,
way bad.
15, 16. There you go. Sorry. Yeah. Anyways, new Utopia Monster from Limited Over Collection Heroes is a very good card. Cannot be destroyed by battle, I believe. Or like the first time it would be destroyed by battle, it doesn't, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it cannot be destroyed by battle except with a number monster. So that's the effect that every single number monster has in Yu-Gi-Oh's Exo anyways. So this is really just a true...
I was just about to say, when we get the new weak monster, the Search of Ritual monster, in the Search of Ritual monster, you'll be replaced with Arclight in this build. So
reflection of
in the OCG, that's what I would do.
Which is really cool, actually. Anyways,
in the TCG, have Arclight is the background, so that means we can play the new week too. The Search of Ritual monster, which is also really good.
So you can actually out like Redactor. So even though, you know, the Moonlight deck is very good because it's getting support in Blazing Dominion in the form of Apex Polarization. Crazy card, by the way. There are a lot of house.
Apex Polarization. Oh, yeah. It's kind of crazy, yeah.
If I can.
I believe in
English name, anyways. In the side deck, we're citing Extravagance just for more consistency, as well as Call by the Grave, because this deck loses Ultra Mega Super Hard to Ash, and also Dominus Impulse on your Mitsurugi Ritual. And also Retelling C, not Retelling C, Sideframe Delta. Yeah. Solemn Report, another insane card. And that's pretty much it for the Mitsurugi deck. Elven Notes, very similar to Killer Tune. You're again seeing.
Yeah, but I was with.
Explain here, you can just do it on.
Stop.
Paying up to £200 when you switch to Freeze Home Broadband.
The end of your opponent's main phase or end phase or something is kind of broken. A lot of bricks, honestly, in this version. I don't know, man. I'm actually kind of disappointed with like the evolution of the Elven Notes deck. It's not really that it plays a lot of bricks, actually, when I think about it. Because a lot of cards are still starters or hand shops here, which is fine. Before Regina. Regina doesn't do anything by herself, but she's still really good. And then obviously, hold on a second, that's Fortuna, I think. Yeah, obviously that's one of the bricks that you have to play anyways. The Elven Knows Patrol.
Get more stars in the deck and make it clean for you as well.
Yeah, everything else is fine, right? Obviously the shop card. And then same for Emergency as a ham shop, so it doesn't count. Yeah, it's just that we're taking a deck that was on paper very consistent, and then we're kind of trying to fix some of the flaws, of the deck not having.
I don't think you need to be honest.
We're really just changing the deck into something.
I don't think you need to.
Significant. So the deck is less consistent, but it's more powerful and more resilient in a way. I still like Elvenos. I still think it's going into a good direction. I think it could be doing a little better. I don't think this is 100% clean and perfectly refined yet, but I think eventually we'll have the perfect Elvenos deck list. Eventually, trust me.
Let's go.
Shops. If you count Regina, that's 3, 6, 7, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18, 21. 21 hand traps out of 42, so half of your deck would be hand traps. Anyways, Malice, you're not playing
how is this possible? They just don't do well.
But when they open with Malice and Underground, they are not doing this so that they can use Transport Talker later on in the combo and do more cyber stuff. So it just makes the end board a little better. I don't really think this is necessary. And it forces you to play Dot Skipper, which is really bait. And the reason why you need Malice and Underground is because you need a spell card for the Cyber Sling to hold on a second. Cyber's Contract Witch. There we go. That monster. And it searches the Ritual Monster, which is a very nice extender in this deck.
Yeah, that's the one. So much witch. Yeah, I got that witch.
And then it's
that's the first thing Mr. Wiggins is not playing that card. Which
obviously the Malice.
Yeah, still have the glides. But these three doesn't need to play that card in the deck.
Kind of like the code talker monsters. Is it a code talker? A code magician? It's a code monster. There you go. Yeah, I actually forgot to. Yeah, obviously Malice is not gonna die with one march here, but it's gonna change just a little bit. Side deck is very whatever. Oh, Dimensional Bear is going to 1, by the way, which is funny because some people are not even playing 3 D-Bears. When you're only playing 2 or sometimes 0, it's like, why are you even doing this at this point? The Yummy deck. So yeah, a new Dark Magician support definitely made the combo a little nastier. You can also summon a Witch of the Black Forest and then make the Artemis Magistus Link 1, which allows you to trigger the Witch of the Black Forest to search any
interesting.
So you can search like a random bullshit yummy monster and then summon that and then make a fully combo. Or you could summon the Dark Magician monster and then make Dark Magician of Destruction in the EMZ and then search Magician Souls and then you make Gravity Control. That's also a combo. Or you can search Gaze of Demise. So it doesn't really feel like there is bricks in this deck that don't really work with each other. When you draw like a surplus of spell cards, when you draw like your yummy field spells, it's fine. Magician Souls can dump them to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. When you draw duplicate copies of the Dark Magical Curtain, that's also fine. Drawing Gaze of Demise kind of sucks a little bit, but it means that your Dark Magician of Destruction can afford to search Magician Souls, or you just skip the step where you do it, because this version is actually not even playing Dragoon. Like, what the frick is going on? It's playing I think it's Master of Chaos or something, I forgot the name. You know, it's a level 8 that can revive back a light or dark monster in your grave, so you can summon the yummy Synchro monsters, which are level 2 Synchro monsters, level 2 tuner monsters, and you can make Baron de Fleur. And that's your certificate. So you don't really need Dragoon. Honestly, this makes a lot of sense. But honestly, at this point, you don't even need freaking Gaze of Demise for this. You can just, summon the Dark Magician of Destruction, search Magician Souls, and then use one of your yummy Synchros with this, and then make Baron. So I think even this, like, you can honestly just fine-tune this, cut a few bricks, you can cut the Gaze of Demise, you can cut the Pro Key, and the deck would still be very good. I would just
to be honest, you could actually
but I like the concept.
I do have the concept, but there's one way that you could consider. Instead of the Gaze of Mines, you could play Item Mines instead. Comes up a little about that as well, because
I think it's a great concept.
Because Item Mines, which is the exact same thing. Almost the exact same thing. It's a quick play spell. That's the only difference.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, actually, also get some monsters to graveyard, which is very, very useful. In my personal opinion, my Item Mines is a little bit better than the Gates of the Mines, because then you get the interpretation. You can use the Gates of the Mines and you can put the interpretation search, and then you could go for ward, and then you get a young combo with that way, which also looks that way. But then a little bit lucky. But I just see it compared to instead, which is better.
Less consistent because people are playing more hand shops. But even though we have crazy new support from the new set, people are not taking full advantage of this. Maybe people are resistant to change. That's what I think. Or maybe people are experimenting just a little bit slowly but surely. Some people results are mixed. And not
which I can agree with a little bit as well.
Obviously, the best decks are still the best decks, the same best decks as before. But overall, we're going to be seeing a few changes moving forward just because the OCG ban list should change things up. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this OCG Metagame Breakdown video report. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about the OCG format in the comment section below. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.
Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel as well. And enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Headquarters. We're happy to have you here. Follow me.
Also, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel as well. And also, enjoy the rest of your day. See you for my sign off today. Bye.